What is going on, my fellow engineers? I am back with a brand new series we're actually going to be doing a little here today. Today we're going to be doing Wi-Fi battles, showing off my team, the team that I've been developing a little bit over time, and we're going to see how they do against some Twitch streamers, Twitch followers that were actually at the live stream I did yesterday. I streamed for at least about like 2 hours. I was trying to try out my capture card that I just got. I waited 4 months for it, and I'm so happy I finally got it. And I've been developing this team that I've had for at least 2 months on and off whenever I had the chance to play this, if I wasn't working or doing school or anything like that. And right now I got 5 out of 6 that I want. So in this battle I'm actually using 5 of the Pokemon that I've trained and 1 that I've had in the past versus another Twitch streamer, well, follower I guess I should say, or a viewer that was actually at the stream the other day. So it was me versus a follower, or I guess Twitch viewer named Mustus. My Pokemon that I've had trained was Umbreon, Machamp, Charizard, Raichu, and Swampert. The Dusknoir wasn't any trained Pokemon. It was actually one that I've had for quite a while that I used during, I think when I was playing Pokemon White a long time ago. And my opponent was against Mustus, which consisted of Charizard, Marowak, Lucario, Leafeon, Espeon, and Greninja. So here we go with the battle. It's me versus the follower, the viewer, the guy that was watching Mustus. Appreciate the battle. It was actually fun, and we actually had a good talk. But anyway, I sent out my Umbreon to open the battle up. He sent out his Grangy, which was his Greninja. Now in this battle, we're both, I will say this right now, we're both a little inexperienced here with that. For example, he used Extra Sensory. I was a little confused why. Wasn't sure, maybe he was thinking I was going to switch out or something, but he used Extra Sensory as his first move, so I was just like, okay. And as my attack, I used Foul Play. Obviously, this is the only attacking move my Umbreon has. However, I kind of forgot that Greninja was a Water Dark type. As I have mentioned already, we are both very inexperienced in this battle. I'm just getting back into Pokemon again. It's been quite a while since I actually tried doing it. Kind of competing-ish, I guess you can say, or at least trying to develop a team, and I really wanted to do it. So anyway, he sent out his Violi, which actually turned out to be his Espeon, and we had a nice little conversation about this as well. We were talking about our EVs and which ones we prefer. I was saying how much I preferred Umbreon back when I was playing like Pokemon Silver. I nicknamed mine Dark Angel a long time ago, which is why I actually wanted to name my Umbreon as soon as I can. He was talking about how he liked Umbreon, but he grew really fond of his Espeon. Anyway, as you can tell, my Umbreon just took out his Espeon in one hit. I was kind of confused why he sent it out, but as you can tell, the Fairy type special attack move on my Umbreon, yes, it was going to do some damage, however, it wasn't going to do much at all, unfortunately for him. I used Wish again, and he sent out his Marowak. However, I saw Double Edge coming here, got a little concerned, I believe, yeah, and then I switched out. And with Wish already out, I know whoever I send out next turn, as long as they live, they'll definitely get healed, even with the next attack coming. So he used Bone Meringue on my Dusknoir. It's going to do a little bit of damage, and as I already mentioned, the Dusknoir isn't really trained, or Eve trained, or Ivy trained, or any type of trained. It was a Duskull I took from my Pokemon White, trained up, beat the Elite Four with. It feels like one of those Pokemon you just have that you beat the game with. That's what this Dusknoir was. There's nothing special about him, other than being a Dusknoir, and it was awesome. Anyway, I probably should have switched to Swampert, but I didn't. But anyway, he switched to Leafeon, I switched out Dusknoir, sent out my Charizard. Yes, it is shiny, it is awesome. And at this point, I used my Mega Bracelet to evolve into Charizard. Why? In just a moment, as you're going to see here. I wasn't expecting Grangy to come out. I don't know why, but this is something from an inexperienced trainer, or battler, I guess you should say. Well, actually, yeah, I guess trainer. Trainer's probably the right word. But yeah, from an inexperienced trainer, I used Drought, and I should have just used Solar Beam. However, I used Fire Blast, and I just wasn't thinking clearly enough when I originally did that. Fortunately, my Charizard was faster. So I used Solar Beam, took out Grangy, down goes his Greninja. Now, he sends out his Marowak. At this point I'm thinking I could switch out to Swampert. However, you know what, I could be faster than Marowak. Well, I should be. And And I have Solar Beam, so I'm going to give it a try, see what happens. Fortunately, I was faster, and Solar Beam was still a one-hit KO. So down goes Marowak. This Charizard I trained is a fast monster, and I love it. And at this point, he switched out to his Charizard, so this is where things start getting interesting and a little complicated at the same time. I thought about attacking him, however, he missed, and then he flew up in the air. So I sent out my Raichu thinking, you know what, I can take out this Charizard, no problem. Fly is only going to be not very effective, I shouldn't have to worry about it. Unfortunately for me, well, fortunately the sunlight faded, unfortunately he was using a Charizard X. Should have expected that, so Charizard X obviously turns into a Fire Dragon type. Again, do note, inexperienced trainer, haven't battled in a while. Fire Dragon, not gonna work. Thunderbolt, useless, not very effective. He uses Heat Wave. At this point, I was just like, you know what, just finish me. I'll just send out another Pokemon and it'll continue from there. So down goes Raichu. Send out Swampert. And he was smart enough to actually switch out his Charizard for his Leafeon. Now, I got the disadvantage. Leafeon can take out Swampert, no problem. I used Protect. Just thinking like, okay, let's see what move he's going to use. I should have attacked, I don't know why I didn't. But, yep, I sent out my Charizard, obviously, considering I can take out Leafeon, use Drought, have Fire Blast, shouldn't have a problem. Now, at this point, yes, Leaf Blade's going to hit, but at this point I was thinking, you know what, he's probably going to switch too. So I'm going to do another switch. I'm going to send out my Machamp. Now we're going to see what he sends out, or what he does. Will he attack? Unfortunately for me, he did switch out, and he switched out to Kinsinge, his Charizard. So at this point, I'm like, yes, I can finish him off. Oh, wait, that's right. He's Fire Dragon. That's why I was noting an experienced trainer. I used Thunder Punch, stupidly used Thunder Punch. It's not very effective, obviously. I wasn't thinking that. I was still thinking, oh, it's a Charizard, Fire Flying. No, that wasn't the case. So I used the Thunder Punch, not very effective. At that point, I knew I was going to get finished off with a Heat Wave, so I just used a Bullet Punch just to get a little bit more damage in, and then he finished up my Machamp. Very poor strategy by me. I should have just used my Dynamic Punch, hit him, got him confused, almost finished him off, probably, or close to finishing him off. But it didn't turn out that way. Sent out my Umbreon, considering I knew I could live from a Charizard hit, I could possibly finish him off. He sent out his Aron. And at this point, I'm like, okay, let's see what move Lucario is going to use. It's going to be some type of fighting move. Which one is it going to be? Obviously, it was going to be Close Combat. Wasn't effective because of Protect. And I'm like, you know what? Not going to happen. I'm getting out of here. Send out Swampert. Let Swampert take the hit. Let's see what happens here. So, Close Combat. Hits Swampert. I lived. Now, this is where we're going to have to gamble here. Is whether or not I can live from another Close Combat or what he does next. He does me first. And with that, now he's going to use Earthquake. Earthquake is not as strong as Close Combat, plus it wasn't a stab. If he used Close Combat, he had a very good chance of finishing me off. Unfortunately for him, he used Earthquake, down goes Aron, and that was the end of that battle. Lucario's down, that was like my only real threat I had left in this battle. I felt very confident at this point. He sends out Leafeon, like obviously I'm just going to use Protect, see what you're going to use. I should have just thought, hey, he's going to use Leaf Blade. At this point, I just wanted to waste some of his PP for Leaf Blade, and I just switched out back to Dust Noir. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have just switched out Dust Noir to begin with when he sent out his Lucario, but at the same time, he probably could have just switched out again. It would have been a switch out frenzy, but I just decided to use Dust Noir. Hit me with Leaf Blade twice, I barely lived, and I got off a Confuse Ray on Leafeon. I thought, you know what, hey, let's see what happens. Confuse Ray sends out, works, awesome. He switches out his Leafeon, sends out his Charizard. Very smart move on his part. I used Shadow Punch, and it did a little bit of damage, not too much. For some reason, I was thinking it was Sucker Punch, though. I don't know why. During this battle, I'm not even joking. I thought it was Sucker Punch. It was Shadow Punch. Very stupid move on my part again. Anyway, took out my Dust Noir. I was like, at this point, I'm pretty sure I can win this battle, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Umbreon gets burned here and gets a little hurt, so nothing to really worry about. But Foul Play comes out here. I knew that was gonna finish him off. Down goes Charizard, and he has one Pokemon left. So I'm like, you know what? Let's play around a little bit. I just want to experiment with some of the moves I have. We'll see what happens. Umbreon can probably finish you off with a foul play, but I'm not going to do it. He uses Retaliate. That did a lot more damage than I thought I was going to do. I had Heal Bell, so I was like, you know what? Let me try Heal Bell, see how this does during the battle. It was a very stupid move on my part. I know that. But I was just experimenting. That was the whole point of Heal Bell. He uses X-Scissor, which I'm surprised he had. His Leafy, I thought if he had to use it to begin with, but Retaliate still did his damage. X-Scissor did damage, took out my Umbreon. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? Send out Charizard, let's end this. Let's get this battle over with. However, you're about to see, this is actually the end of the battle. He forfeits, battle over. I won. He had to go away, I believe he said, or he had to do something about an email at that point. And I was just like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So anyway, that was my first Wi-Fi battle. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all our fun stuff on the channel. You can also follow the Twitch sometime if you ever want to watch me stream. I'm always open to battling. A lot of times I go on there. I've been trying to complete the Pokédex lately. And as well as just trying to figure out 6 Pokemon for my team that I currently have. So if you have an idea with the 6 Pokemon you might want to see, let me know again in the comments below. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more, again, just thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all next time. So until then, see you later.